Hey everybody, this is Giandra with the Boxing Channel. I'm here with the Desert Storm, Tim Bradley, the new or renewed WBO champion. Going into this bout with Brandon Rios, how much confidence do you take in by recapturing the WBO belt?
Well, recapturing the belt is always good, and holding on to it is even better. So, once you become champion, then you have a target in your back. So you got to be ready every time you step foot out in the ring. So, I'm excited about this opportunity. I'm excited about this challenge. I know it's going to be a tough challenge. Every time I step out, guys, I always fight against the best available guys that's willing to face me. Brandon Rios wants to fight me. He wants to take my title. And it's my job and my duty to, hey, that's my title. I can keep my title.
Speaking of Brandon Rios, most people in their first shot back out after winning the title kind of coast through their next bout. But once again, for Tim Bradley, no easy bouts. Why such a difficult challenge right out the gate since recapturing the belt?
Because that's me, and I'm at the elite level. And when you're at the elite level, you need to fight the best available fighters that's out there, because that's what the sport should be about. It shouldn't be about just money and making this and making that. No, the sport should be about, giving the fans what they want to see, getting the best fights out there. You see in football, you see number one team versus the number two team. That's what you see. In basketball, the same thing. Number one team against number two team. That's how it goes. That's the way boxing should be. It should be number one guy against this guy. I understand the nature of the sport's a little different, but, ultimately, I think that if you call yourself great or you call yourself this or you're number one and this, you should be willing to face the best guys out there. I'm willing to face anybody out there. As long as you pay me, I'm willing to face you. Pay me for it, because you know what you're going to get with me. You're going to get a fight.
Truly one of boxing's nice guys. We're used to seeing you smiling. Still a nice guy today, but a little bit more serious and somber than we usually see you. Did you feel like you had to come in with your game face on due to all the recent announcement of changes in your camp and just had your armor on for everybody today coming at you?
Nah, it's just, you talk to me tomorrow, you get a whole new different Bradley. I mean, I contradict myself every single day. It just depends on how I'm feeling at that moment. Right now, this is how I'm feeling, because, it's time to go to work. I just saw my opponent. I see how serious he is. I see how bad he wants this. And now my whole demeanor has changed from when I walked in here. Now it's more serious. Now it's more like it's time to go back to work. So, but if you talk to me tomorrow or you talk to me 2 months from now when I'm ready to go, it'll be a whole different Bradley. It's just how I am. I change like the weather. I change like underwear every single day, man. One day I want this, the next day I want this. That's just how I am. And I'm sure a lot of people can test and say they're the same way. Maybe they're not, but that's just how I am.
A lot of focus has been placed on you switching to Teddy Atlas as your trainer, but we've seen other fighters at late points in their career go to a more experienced trainer like Miguel Cotto and Freddie Roach. And I've heard you say with training with Teddy Atlas, it'll bring a different type of focus. Have you pinpointed exactly what that focus is that Teddy will bring to you when you're training with him?
Well, it's all around focus. Teddy just doesn't, physically train me, but mentally. When I would work with him for a few hours, he was mentally building me up. He was tearing me down and then building me up. And I need that right now. I feel like I need that in my training camp. And in my profession right now, I just feel like I need this going into this fight. I need to have that confidence. I got to know when to strike, when not to strike. I got to know, mentally how I need to be prepared for this fight, because Brandon, like I say, he's brash. He talks a lot of stuff. He's in your face. He's aggressive. And I got to be strong all the way through the fight, and I got to be focused for a guy like him all the way through the fight. Got to be focused, because he has power in both hands, and he comes to fight.
You talk a lot about temperament and feelings and that tension that you feel before a fight.
Control your emotions. In the past, it's hard for me to control my emotions, because I get in there and I start fighting, and fireworks get to going, and then I just, come on, let's go, and that's just how I am. But I need to be able to use a lot more of this thinking in there, and becoming more of a smart all-around fighter, and using my abilities, my God gifts, instead of just my will and my balls. I can say that, my balls, just to get in there and just say, all right, punch for punch, let's go, let's see who's tougher.
We've enjoyed you as Tim Bradley, the commentator. So how does Tim Bradley, the commentator, call this fight?
Well, the commentator, I just think that it's like a Duran Sugar Ray type of fight. honestly, I think it's a Duran Sugar Ray. I think that Brandon's gonna come out from the gate and throwing everything he got, and I gotta sit back and pick when I'm gonna attack, and just be willing to exchange at times, and box smart at times, box on the outside at times. It's no secret. He already knows. I already know what he gonna do. He already know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move when I have to, but that's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm expecting, that type of fight, a Duran Sugar Ray type style fight.
Well, with all your fights, we know it definitely won't be a boring fight. We know it'll be action from the opening bell.
Yeah, it will be action from the opening bell, and hopefully I'll be a little bit more. Not hopefully, but I know I will be, especially with Teddy in my corner. I'll be a lot more composed for this event. Thank you.
Well, I'm here with Timothy Bradley, who'll be facing off against Brandon Rios at the Thomas and Mack Center on November 7th. This is Giandra for the Boxing Channel.